Welcome back to the Southampton career mode. We are pushing on in the league and trying desperately to reach those Europa League positions, but at the minute, our most likely avenue of European football for next season is via the FA Cup. However, we have been drawn in the quarter-final against Chelsea. And who have we really struggled to beat at any point in this save? Chelsea. So we'll try our best at home, but I can't guarantee anything on that front. Wolves, Fulham and Arsenal are the other games this month, and I just want to double check who's playing better out of Wolves and Fulham, and it's evidently Wolves, certainly. So we'll play Wolves, we'll sim Fulham. I think Fulham is at home and Wolves is the away game. Is Fulham at home as well? It is. That makes sense then, doesn't it? So we'll go and play Wolves away. We'll try our best in the FA Cup in the quarterfinals against Chelsea, and then we'll play Arsenal at the end while having a little bit of a sim in the middle there against Fulham. We simmed a game yesterday against West Brom. We got a good 1-0 win. We'll try and do that again today. We weren't quite on it in the league yesterday. If I can build up a run of momentum for the end of the season and chase 6th or 7th spot, then it is doable. I won't give up until it's mathematically impossible. Drop the video a like if you still believe. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else to come. And we'll go and play Wolves to start. Wolves then with Jose Sarr in goal for them. Kadiolu, Kilman, Tar and Truffert. With Nunez, Pobega and Weston McKennie in the midfield. Sarabia, Sasha Kalajic and Pedro Neto as their front three. They do have Gonzalo Guedes, who's slightly better quality-wise than Sasha up top at striker, but he's tired and won't get the chance to start here for Wolves. Blaz is a little bit fatigued for me as well, but I've made the decision to start him and probably sub him off after about the hour mark rather than give Joe Aribo the start from the off for this one. Blaz has just been so good since we signed him that I think the more game time he gets, the better, and the better chance we have of getting a result. And here he is again, immediately involved. Alcaraz, lovely footwork, looking for Che, found well. Che with good footwork, but not a good finish. What an interception by Sasha Kalajic. He's the only man that has legs long enough to have intercepted that. He very nearly got an interception on that, and then the secondary effort as well. Sulemana, good footwork, go inside to Blaz, then down the line, lovely ball into Hickey. Barely has to break stride at all, looking for Che Adams. Again, can't quite find him. Bring that down with Blaz. Finds Sulemana. Hickey again. Tuck it back. And Adams. Blaz. Goal for Southampton. I think we're definitely a better side with Ludovic Blas in the team. I could have maybe gone for goal with Che Adams there, but I thought Kilman might have got a block on it. It's his first goal in the league in 4 games, but he did score 2 in the cup yesterday. Che. See the run there of Perrault. Have to work it on the floor. Che, get it to Jimmy. Where do you go in that situation? Suleiman, I need that overlapping run, please, Aaron. Here's Hickey. Tuck it back. Oh, it was a nice attempt. Lavia should get to that first, and he did. He did it straight against Sasha, though, but Sasha's, I think that's unfortunate. Used an arm. It's his last action of the game as well. It's a long way out. Do we? James Ward-Prowse it? We'll try. Go on, then. 3.5 bars worth of power for James Ward-Prowse. When it was on target, if his shot power was significantly higher, James Ward-Prowse, then those free kicks would stand a much better chance of going in more regularly, just like they do in real life. Sulemana, well, he's going to go. Hickey, and with the space to get into, I don't blame him. He's off here, the fullback. He's still going, looking for Che, who can get there ahead of the keeper, take it round him, and I think Sarr actually got a save on that. He didn't. He was offside anyway, so it doesn't matter. And Sulemana will bring this away. We look like we're likely to get 3 points in the opening game of the day today. I say likely rather than guaranteed because, as you saw from yesterday's first game against Newcastle, not necessarily guaranteed. That was supposed to go all the way down the line towards the man on the wing. Barrow, who has now been found. Wolves doing my job for me. So again, we won't commit to saying we're definitely going to get the 3 points. At the minute, I can't seem to keep hold of the ball, let alone any winning position. Ball is bobbling about. And what's the betting? Guedes now scores. No. Bazunu makes a big save for me, thankfully, on this occasion. Keeper is up, though. Jose Sarr is up for this. Sarabia is going towards him, in fact. Big save. Weston McKennie with a header. Salisu didn't win it on this occasion. Kenny will take the corner himself this time. Again, potentially close to the goalkeeper that's out of his goal. Sulemana looking to break away, runs straight into Pobega though. Danger persists here. Sarabia, little back heel. Guedes! I can't believe it. I really genuinely can't believe it. 2 days in a row, the opening game sat at 1-0 into stoppage time, and we'll only get a point. Piss! Final whistle sounds, and we will draw against Wolves again. Just as we dropped 2 points against Newcastle, we have done so yet again in this one. Oh, that one's a lot more painful to take, though, as well, because we've been good in that game. West Brom beat Manchester City, which is a good result for us, chasing those European spots. But if anything, now that feels even more like 2 points dropped. Oh, and a wasted opportunity to close in on those above us. Oh, right, well, we absolutely must then beat Chelsea and go through in the FA Cup. Not a position I wanted to find myself in, but it's where we do find ourselves. Francisco Duarte, another multi-million-pound youth player from Brazil. I think the other guy was Francisco as well, wasn't he? Was it Francisco Ferreira, the other guy? I think our youth squad is nearly full now again. Where are you, sir? Francisco Duarte. It is Francisco Ferreira and Francisco Duarte. Chelsea have brought with them Kepa in goal. Malagusto, Koulibaly, Fofana and Cucurella in the back four, with Ampadu and Kante holding. Rodrigo de Paul out wide with Mason Mount at cam and Hudson-Odoi on the left, with Romelu Lukaku up top at striker. It's not a massively full-strength Chelsea side, but with the way that the games against us have gone in recent times, they probably feel like they don't need a super strong side for this FA Cup quarter-final. The only change for me is that Nathan Teller is in for Carlos Alcaraz, who's had a couple of quiet games for me, so Teller gets the nod to maybe add a little bit of magic out on the left-hand side. I have a feeling if we are to do anything here against Chelsea, we probably will need a little bit of magic. Maybe he can be the man to provide it. Ludovic Blas with 3 goals in his last 3 games, including 2 in his last FA Cup game, and maybe 1 in this one as well. Indeed so! Ludovic Blas! He is the man since coming in. What a signing, by the way. 1-0 Southampton. Beat a man, but Rodrigo de Paul decided to go through him. Perro, I thought, had got himself in between man and ball there. Unfortunately not. And Lukaku's forced himself wide here. I've called the keeper out. But Lukaku has the vision to find Callum Hudson-Odoi at the back post. All created by Perro seemingly stepping in front of the man, but not taking the ball away from him. And unfortunately, Chelsea have punished us for that. Oh, such a heavy touch. That's exactly what Perro should have done before. Nathan Teller there. Still, we've come away without the ball, and Mason Mount has the option to square this. Chelsea could be in again. Anywhere will do for me there. It very nearly reached Romelu Lukaku. Hit their hand, I think, so we'll play on with possession, but that's probably going to be 1-1 at the break. Cucurella has not been able to deal with Sulemana throughout the entirety of this game so far, and if Che Adams backs away here towards the back post, but I can't find him. Oh, Koulibaly nearly let me back in. That's going to be half-time at 1-1. Cucurella again committing himself, and it's poor. Cucurella has been really, really bad for Chelsea today. It's been one of the worst defensive performances from an individual I've seen for a very long time. We need to make them pay for his continual lack of ability. At the minute, they might be the side that make me pay. Southampton fans calling for a foul. Sorry, Chelsea fans calling for a foul. Southampton fans jeering as the Chelsea fans did so. Perro up against Koulibaly. Good turn, good pass. Ludovic Blas. Oh, he's beaten the man. Ethan Ampadu does just enough. Salisu with that header to keep maybe the move alive. Sulemana finds Ludovic Blas. Dinked it. Teller's in behind. Great first touch. Teller. Blas. Again, Ethan Ampadu in the way. And cleared by Chelsea, but only as far as Perro finds Blas. And Lavia. James Ward-Prowse. Adams, Blas again. This is real Southampton pressure now. Nathan Teller in the box, stands it up. Oh, Sulemana off the bar, can you believe it? We will not come closer without hitting the back of the net. Dangerous, don't like this. Salisu needs to mark the man in the middle, please. He's not. He's drifted into No man's land, and Chelsea lead. Mason Mount with 20 to go. Infuriating defensive positioning from Salisu. I have that covered with my fullback. I just need him to mark the man that's on his own in the middle. Just stay with the man in the middle. I'm getting there with Hickey. I know I don't block the cross, but Salisu could intercept that cross regardless. Bollocks! I think we're going out of the FA Cup. Lavia intercepts. Well, we've had to rely on last-minute equalisers in games before, and we've had last-minute equalisers recently against us. Oh my God, and Kepa is just insane! How have we not scored here at the death? Unreal. The corner then. James Ward-Prowse delivers. Roman Brown is up, and the flicked on header goes wide. We lose to Chelsea again, and our European hopes via the FA Cup crumble. Oh man! We're out of the FA Cup. Our hopes now solely rely on Premier League qualification for Europe. As we've beaten by one West London side, we look to beat the other. It's Fulham here, at home in the Premier League. 3 points would go a long way to easing the pain of losing that game against Chelsea. I really want to stay in touch with those above us and have the opportunity to try and get ourselves into Europe towards the end of the season. Be devastated if that's our season done and dusted and over for now. I mean, Sulemana is dancing around, and Fulham have just gifted us a goal to go in front. Why couldn't that have happened against Chelsea in the FA Cup, eh? I guess we'll take this one. It's a nice ball. It's a really good ball, and he's beaten his man as well into the middle. Equaliser for Fulham. Benjamin Šeško off one post and into the far side netting. Mistake from the left back lets him in. Red card for João Palhinha 90 seconds into the second half. That changes things. Now then, push for the win, please, boys. Their midfield is going to be affected. Or their front line is going to be affected, depending on what they do strategically, tactically, on the back of that red card. But it doesn't look like they're going to make any changes, so they're going to be a man short in central midfield. We had the better of the first half. Now I pray we have the better of the second. Go for broke, gentlemen. We need this win. And we might just get it as Che Adams gives us the lead in the 63rd minute. Up the Saints. Good football. Perot on the overlap. Cross could come in. Working it about on the floor instead. Needs support here. Has it. Che Berries. 3-1. That'll be game over. Thank you very much. We'll make some changes to account for that and give some players a rest before the next game, where we go again and we'll pray to get 3 points in the final game of the episode, although it is against Arsenal. They've gifted possession to us immediately from kickoff, and it will cost them within seconds of Ollie Watkins coming off the pitch. We've made it 4. It finishes 4-1. It was level at 1-1 when Palhinha got himself sent off. I think he'll be picking up a fine from his manager. Ollie Watkins on the pitch for 2 minutes before tucking home. Basically straight from Bloomin' kickoff. We were 9th prior to kickoff. We stay 9th, and still we're trying to stay in touch with Aston Villa and Tottenham ahead of us. The gap is growing to 11th now, so we're almost certainly going to finish top half. It's a case of how far into the top half can we finish. 8 points the gap to Newcastle in 5th now. Although Manchester City, Aston Villa and Spurs do have a game in hand. If we can get something against Arsenal, then everything is still alive for us with regards to Europe. Arsenal are strong. Ramsdale in goal. Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Ndicka and Zinchenko. Partey, Neves and Erdegaard, with Bukayo Saka, Gabi Jesus and Martinelli. In their forward 3, Partey and Neves will be much better than Neves and Xhaka, which is how they've lined up previously against us. Ooh, we need good points from every game we play for the rest of the season to ensure we stand a chance of qualifying for Europe. But they don't come much harder than Arsenal away in this save right now, nor in real life, actually. Despite their wobbles of late, Arsenal, they're still rather obviously an extremely good side. And with the growth that they've had in this save, well, the task is all the harder. Well up, Jim Jams. Blaz. Adams. Oh, Alcaraz. Just run around the man, not into him. Christ alive. Or just win it back off him. That'll do, I guess. Man United lead Tottenham by a goal to nil. Alcaraz showing the pace to get away. Oh, and it nearly squeezed through to Sulemana at the back post. Aaron Ramsdale does just enough. Nice ball around the corner, Martinelli. Lovely touch by Jesus. And I don't know how that stayed out. Thank you, Gavin. Wonderful left hand. And between he and the post, Arsenal don't lead. But, whoa. That was close. It's poor from Martinelli. Was Tomiyasu. Might be Tomiyasu. Martinelli's on the other side, isn't he? Let's play through Ludovic Blas. Alright, Gabriel. That was weird. Oh, come on! Well, they've hit the woodwork. Now we've hit the woodwork. And, well, I don't know what Gabriel was doing, but it very nearly cost them a goal. We'll have support. Blas arrives. Blas finds Alcaraz. It's meant for Jim Jams. It's Che Adams. And Alcaraz. It'll fall for Blas. I just need to nod it to a teammate. Oh, James Ward-Prowse has got to be better there. Blas has stayed down and is hurt. Alexandro going to Benfica apparently is worth telling me when I've got a man down on the ground and injured. Oh, and they've given it straight back to me, but I'll give it straight back to them. But Blas is going to have to come off here. Seems to be in some pain holding that knee. That does not bode well. Our brand new signing that we sign to try and change our offensive game this season has done so. And now might well be out for a while. Oh, yeah, that's a nasty fall on that knee. I think that might be a 7-monther. Jesus. Oh, he's taking it early, Thomas Partey. That's never going to work for you, son. Does have the occasional rocket in him from distance, Thomas Partey, but really, James? James Ward-Prowse costs me the game. Unbelievable. 1-0 Arsenal. And Sulemana's on the way. And Dicker is quick, though. And he's 5 times the size of Sulemana. Aribo, Che Adams again, this time under pressure, and has scooped it over the top. It's just not good enough from Che Adams, unfortunately, in this one. We could easily have had a point if he just knew how to put the ball into the back of the net in these big games, in these big moments. Cost the FA Cup by a dodgy pass and cost something at the Emirates by a dodgy pass and a dodgy rebound. Arsenal 2, Southampton 0. Final whistle sounds at the Emirates and the home team get the win. It's not the first time this season we felt like we deserved more. It's not the first time this episode we felt like we've deserved more. It's a 2-0 defeat against the red and white away from home. Not sure what the league table will look like now as we head towards the final couple of episodes of the season. Only out for 4, Blas, not 7, thankfully, according to that question from the man in the press. However, 4 will still see him out for the rest of the season. And the man that has genuinely positively changed our fortunes, unfortunately, has an MCL injury that will keep him out for the rest of this year. So Joe Aribo gets his first team spot back. And Stuart Armstrong is back to the bench. What does the league table look like? I almost daren't look. We're down to 10th again. 6 points behind Spurs, 7 points behind Villa, 10 points behind City, with 8 games to go. It's not over yet, the fight for European football, but it is most certainly an uphill task from here. But with Villa and City to play tomorrow, we won't give up until it's mathematically impossible. Oh. Football's a cruel game. We pray for better in tomorrow's episode. Still, we're having a great season, considering the quality of our squad. But, oh, it feels like it might be one of those what could have been seasons. Join me tomorrow. We'll see how it'll end. I'll see you then.